So it turns out Poland really liked gritty thrillers and we didn't even know about it. So Operation Hyacinth is a new Polish movie that just got released on Netflix. It's a gritty thriller, murder mystery, drama type detective story film set in Warsaw in Poland back in the 1980s, and it revolves around some horrific hate crime type murders taking place in the gay community of Warsaw at the time. Our main character is a young policeman named Robert. He is assigned to the case early on, and they make a breakthrough quite early on, and they get a confession out of a man who then proceeds to commit suicide in his jail cell. But it just doesn't sit right with Robert. He knows that there's something more going on here. You can't just... And of course, us as the audience, you know that the killer can't just be caught within 15 minutes of the movie starting when it's a 2-hour movie. But I digress. He is a young man who, out of principle, he's like, no, I'm going to keep digging. Like, this doesn't seem right. His higher-ups keep telling him, just drop it. Look, we got a confession. They're gays, so who cares if the gays are getting killed? Like, big fucking deal. And... they tell him, they're like, just drop it. You know, your dad's the head of the fucking police commission. Stop being a dickhead. Just accept that someone's given us a confession and be done with it. And that's the plot, basically. So you've got Robert, who's a young man, a young detective who's got these morals, who's not jaded by the job and isn't scared of getting down in the grime and the dirt and trying to find out why this person is targeting the gays of Warsaw. He finds himself an informant named Eric, I think is how you pronounce it. Through a little sting operation him and his partner put together, there's this place in Warsaw called the Mushroom. It's a public toilet and it's shaped like a mushroom, and it's notorious in this film for being a gay sexual encounter hotspot. He goes there, the police raid the place, and Eric, this kid, helps him escape, essentially. Helps Robert escape, not knowing that Robert is actually a policeman. And through Eric, he learns more about the community, he gets a little bit deeper in there, and he starts to uncover things. Now, this movie overall is really solid. Really, really, really solid. It grabs you. It's a little bit slow at the start, very slow at the start until, the operation, the sting at the mushroom takes place. I think it's maybe 15 or 20 minutes until that actually happens. And from there, we get a deep dive into the gritty underworld and whatnot. And everything about this film, you've seen before. If you've seen Seven, if you've seen The Bone Collector, if you've seen... what's another movie this is like? If you've seen Zodiac as well. A lot of cues from those really gritty thriller type films, these murder mystery thriller type films, you can see a lot of it here. So the director and probably the writer as well, they've been influenced quite heavily, mostly by probably David Fincher films. The way it's shot as well, it's really grainy and washed out. It gives it that sort of grey tone throughout the entire film. And that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all. This was a really good movie. The writing was really, really tight, really solid. The directing was really good. The acting was really good. It is a really hard movie to watch at times. Some of the stuff you see, especially the stuff that is directed towards the gay community in this film, it is very hard to watch. And I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people are turned off by this film, especially if you are from... the LGBTQI community. You might find this a bit of a hard watch. There's a lot of suicide themes as well, a lot of visible suicide type things going on. So this film probably needs a bit of a trigger warning. If you can sit through that sort of thing, if you can detach yourself from the art, if you can just try and experience what the film is, it is a really, really solid thriller murder mystery. So that's why I'm going to give Operation Hyacinth an 8 out of 10. So tell me guys, have you seen Operation Hyacinth? What do you think about it? Comment down below, let me know. This is the second Polish film that I've gotten to see recently. The first one was Bart Kowiak a few months ago. That was pretty solid too. This one's much better than Bart Kowiak. So if you're looking for a thriller, if you really like serial killer documentaries, you'll probably really like this movie. So get out there, watch this Polish film, watch more of the international stuff on Netflix. I keep saying it, but there is some good stuff out there. If we watch more of it, think of Squid Game. we're going to see lots more Korean stuff now. Let's watch some more European stuff on Netflix. Let's get more of the world cinema into Australia because I want to see it all. Alright guys, that's the review. Hope you really enjoyed it. As always, click through to another video and we'll keep having some fun. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.